You're just about to launch your new website when suddenly doubt creeps in. Will everything function as you've planned? Will your site crash? What if it gets hacked? You know you've forgotten something, but what? It's like a digital nightmare, right? That's when you start running through your imaginary checklist in your head and start wishing you had an actual, proper website checklist to make sure you haven't forgotten anything important. Today, we're fixing this unnecessary nightmare situation by giving you the ultimate website checklist, so that whether you're launching a new site or maintaining an existing one, you know all the right steps to take so that you don't miss a thing. This guide will help you produce a professional, efficient website that performs optimally and meets your goals. And since taking notes can sometimes be a real pain, we're including a free downloadable version of the checklist in the description below. Hi, I'm Alex from SiteGround. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe and click the bell so you're always notified about our latest videos. Okay, let's start. Content and structure. The first empty box on our website checklist is content and sitemap. This is where you lay the groundwork for a successful site that visitors understand, navigate, and enjoy. Start with a strong value proposition that clearly communicates what your site offers and why it matters to your visitors. If you struggle with crafting a value proposition for your site and business, check out our video How to Transform Your Marketing with ChatGPT for helpful and handy insights. Because our attention spans are dwindling these days, you'll also want to make sure that your website text is scannable. That means using headings, bullet points, and short paragraphs to make information easy to digest. And don't forget to incorporate social proof like testimonials or case studies to build trust and credibility. Imagery also plays a pivotal role. It not only makes your site more attractive and easier to consume, but it also helps support your brand and transmit your message. So prioritize selecting high-quality visuals that complement your content and brand, and that also engage your audience. Meanwhile, clear calls to actions, or CTAs, are essentials for guiding users to take desired next steps, whether that's signing up for a newsletter, moving to your site, or making a purchase. Another crucial element of your website is its structure. We often refer to it as a sitemap. Think of it as the blueprint for your website's architecture. A well-organized sitemap makes it easy for users to navigate your site, and it improves how search engines find, understand, and index your pages. Start by identifying your core pages, such as the homepage, about page, contact page, and any specific pages related to your business like services or product pages. Group related pages into categories to make navigation intuitive. For example, multiple services can be grouped under Services section, while blog posts might go under a blog or Resource section. Establish a clear hierarchy with a homepage at the top, followed by main sections and subpages. A well-planned sitemap not only optimizes your site for search engines, but helps to create a friction-free experience for your visitors, which of course means it's easier to close those sales. SEO and Analytics. This is where we make sure your site gets noticed by search engines, and it's a really big deal. Website crawlability. When getting started with SEO, one of the very first things you'll want to do is make sure your website can be crawled by search engine bots and user agents. To do that, you need to check whether your site's URLs can be discovered by search engines and their crawlers. It sounds a little bit complicated, doesn't it? But it can easily be verified in Google Search Console, which we'll cover in just a second, so hang tight. Another thing you can do to control your website's crawlability is to have a robots.txt file. This tells search engine crawlers which pages they should crawl and which they shouldn't. Google Search Console and Google Analytics. Alright, so about Google Search Console. You'll want to set up tools like it and Google Analytics, as they're invaluable for understanding how your site is performing and who your audience is. They provide insights into what's working and what needs improvement. Website indexability. A couple of days after you've set up Google Search Console, you'll start to see data roll in about the crawlability and indexability of your website. This will reveal to you whether you have any pages with indexability issues. That is, if any of your pages are blocked by robots.txt, server errors, 404s, and other 400 errors, etc. XML sitemaps. Imagine an XML sitemap as a roadmap for search engines, helping them discover and properly index all key pages, even those not easily accessible through the site's navigation. So once your XML sitemap is ready, submit it for indexing so that your site starts showing up in search results right from the get-go. Keyword research. After you address any indexability and crawlability issues, the next important item on our SEO list is keyword selection. To start, you want to research which keywords you'd like to rank for in search engines. Once you've identified those keywords, The goal is that each of your web pages focuses on one keyword for which you'd like to rank. To do keyword research, you can use free tools like Google Keyword Planner or paid tools like SEMrush or Ahrefs. If you're building your site using WordPress, then you can also consider installing an SEO plugin like Yoast. This tool is fantastic for guiding you through the process of optimizing your content, and it helps you choose the right keywords and shows you where to place them for maximum impact. On-page SEO. Once you've selected your keywords, you need to start using them on those website pages that are relevant to that particular keyword. This is where on-page SEO comes into play. The on-page SEO refers not only to using the keyword in the page's copy, but also in other elements of the page. The most important places to incorporate them include the title tags, heading tags, and URL address, so make sure to integrate your keywords into these elements whenever possible. Alright, I get pretty easily hyped about all things SEO, but the truth is, SEO is quite a big topic that's worth going deeper on. So let me know if you'd like an in-depth video. Meanwhile, if you already know your way around it, make sure to check out our video with the latest SEO trends. I'll link it in the description below. Ongoing optimization and maintenance. Okay, lastly, remember this is an ongoing process. So that means that it's important to regularly analyze your keywords to make sure that they align with what users are searching for, whether it's information, products, or solutions. Also, consider doing content gap analysis to find topics your competitors cover that you don't. This can help you create content that captures new audiences and increases visibility. And finally, keep an eye on Google algorithm updates. Staying informed allows you to adjust your site as needed, keeping your ranking stable. Speed and performance. Website speed and performance are the next items to wrangle on our website checklist. Whether you're in the design phase, prepping for launch, or focusing on maintenance, keeping your site fast is a top priority. Why is speed so important? Well, a fast-loading website keeps visitors happy and engaged, and it also gives you a boost in search engine rankings. So how do you make sure your site is up to speed? First, let's talk about monitoring. Tools like Google PageSpeed Insights and GTmetrix are fantastic for getting a snapshot of your site's performance. They'll show you metrics like load time, time to first byte, and even give you a performance score. It's like having a performance dashboard for your website. Once you have the data, what's next? One of the biggest factors is your hosting provider. A reliable host with fast server response times can make a world of difference. Look for one that offers solid uptime guarantees and good customer support, because when things go wrong, you'll want help and you want it fast. Now, let's talk optimization. Speed optimizer plugins can be a game changer. They can compress your images, minify your CSS and JavaScript, and enable browser caching. These optimizations might sound small, but they add up to a big difference when it comes to your site's performance. Luckily, the Speed Optimizer plugin by SiteGround allows you to optimize your website in a few clicks, and it's free for all WordPress users. Whether you're ticking off website tasks on your pre-launch checklist or maintaining your site with a post-launch checklist, speed is something you should pay special attention to. And if you're looking to dive even deeper into maximizing your site's performance, be sure to check out our video, How to Speed Up Your WordPress Website Like a Pro. It's full of expert tips to help you get the most out of your site. Legal and compliance. It's admittedly not the most exciting step, but that's also why it often gets overlooked. And yet it's critical for protecting both you and your visitors. First, make sure you have a privacy policy in place. This text informs your user about what data you collect, how it's used, and how you protect it. It's not just good practice, it is a legal requirement in many jurisdictions. Next, include legal notices and terms of service. These outline the rules and guidelines for using your website and help you limit liability. They should clearly explain what users can and cannot do on your site. All these legal documents should be easily accessible and are typically found in the footer of your website and oftentimes also linked at the bottom of email newsletters. This makes them visible on every website page and in all your communications so that users can find them without any issue. At the end of the day, legal compliance is more than just a formality. It's about earning your audience's trust. Being transparent about your policies demonstrates that you value and safeguard your users' rights. Let's check that box and keep your website on the right side of the law. Accessibility. Next up on the website checklist is accessibility, an important aspect of any website as it allows everyone, including people with disabilities, to use your site effectively. Making a website accessible is not just a good practice, it's often a legal requirement and a key part of creating an inclusive online experience. So, what does accessibility mean in practice? It involves designing your site so that all users can navigate and interact with it easily. This includes providing text alternatives for images, ensuring your site is easy to navigate using a keyboard, and using readable fonts and colors that offer good contrast. One straightforward way to enhance accessibility is simply by using a plugin designed for this purpose. Many website platforms like WordPress offer accessibility plugins that help identify and fix common issues, making it easier to comply with standards like the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. Security. Now, let's shift our attention to security, as it's one of the most important aspects of running a website. You want to make sure your site is not just functional, but also safe for your users. So how do we do that? Well, you could start by watching our video on how to secure your website. It's packed with tips to help you create a bulletproof online environment. I'll leave the link below. But let's break down the main action items here, starting with installing an SSL certificate. It enables HTTPS, which encrypts the data between your site and your visitors. Plus, many hosting providers like SiteGround offer customers free SSL certificates, so make sure to choose your service smartly. When it comes to hosting, your choice here is key. Go for a host that offers solid security features. Think regular backups, malware scanning, and web application firewalls. And don't forget about customer support. You want a provider who's got your back 24/7 just in case something goes wrong. Looking for a hosting provider that offers speed, security, and outstanding support? SiteGround has you covered. With robust security features like free SSL certificates, daily backups, and advanced malware protection, you can rest easy knowing that your website is in safe hands. Plus, SiteGround's exceptional customer service is available around the clock, making expert assistance always at hand. Now, if you're using WordPress, there are a couple of extra steps you can take to beef up security, like for example, changing your default login URL from wp-admin to something unique. And please, don't use admin as your username. It's like leaving the key under the doormat because it's so easy to guess. In fact, you might want to consider a security plugin that offers two-factor authentication as well as limits on login attempts, such as the Security Optimizer plugin by SiteGround, which, as a bonus, is absolutely free. Oh, and here's a quick tip. Keep everything up to date. Your WordPress version, themes, plugins, you name it. Outdated software can be an open invitation for trouble. Staging and testing. Before you hit that launch button, or whenever you're adding new content or features, it's important to make sure your site works seamlessly across all browsers and devices. You want your website to look stellar and function perfectly, whether someone is visiting from a desktop, tablet, or smartphone. If you haven't launched your site yet, or if you're making big updates to your existing website, you can do this by creating a staging website, which is a non-public version of your site that is only accessible to you and those you choose, like developers, designers, or beta testers. This is a great way to iron out all the website issues until the finished product is ready to go. While creating a staging site could be a not so simple task, if you're using WordPress via SiteGround, you can do it super easily by using the WordPress staging tool to create a copy of your site. Testing for responsiveness is a big part of this. Verify that your layout adjusts smoothly to different screen sizes. A responsive design means users have a great experience no matter how they access your site, which is a huge plus for engagement and conversions. With that in mind, don't forget to check for compatibility via different browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Edge. Sometimes what looks perfect in one browser might have issues in another. Tools like Browser Stack or cross-browser testing can help you simulate this without needing every device on hand. Site backups and updates. Let's check off the box for site backups and updates, an important part of maintenance, but also something to consider even before launch. First, let's talk about plugins, themes, and WordPress version updates. As we mentioned before, keeping your plugins and themes updated is important for both security and functionality. Developers frequently release updates to patch security vulnerabilities and improve performance because an outdated plugin or theme can be an open door for hackers or cause compatibility issues that disrupt your site. The same goes for your WordPress version. Make sure to keep it current. Next, make sure your site is backed up daily. Why? Well, backups are your safety net if something goes wrong. Whether it's a cyber attack, a server crash, or even just a simple mistake, you can restore your site to its previous state without losing all your hard work. It's wise to think ahead and choose a web host that provides daily backups and on-demand backups, giving you flexibility and peace of mind. And here's where your hosting provider comes into play. A good host will offer easy backup solutions and may even automate updates for you. This not only saves you time, but also ensures that your site remains secure and running as it should. Last touches. The final item on your website checklist is about tracking and tweaking. This ongoing task is essential for both your website pre-launch and maintenance checklist. That's because once your site is live, the work doesn't stop. You need to keep an eye on how it's performing, which means tracking key metrics like page views, bounce rates, conversion rates, and user engagement. Tools like Google Analytics can provide you with these insights and more. So why is this important? Because it helps you understand what's working and what's not. Maybe a particular page isn't getting much traffic, or a call to action isn't converting as you'd hoped. By keeping track of these metrics, you can make informed decisions about what changes need to be made. And here's where you can get particularly creative, by fine-tuning your site. Use the data you gather to make ongoing improvements. Maybe it's as simple as changing a headline, or as complex as redesigning a page layout. The goal is to continually refine your site to better meet your users' needs and your business goals. For more insights on maintaining your site effectively, make sure to check out our video on WordPress maintenance for beginners. It's got all the details on how to keep your site running optimally. And that sums up everything for our ultimate website checklist for both pre and post-launch. We've talked through everything from planning your content and boosting your site speed to keeping it secure and user-friendly. Whether you're kicking off a new project or maintaining an existing site, these steps are your go-to guide to sleeping easier and avoiding any digital nightmares. To make crossing off your checklist a bit easier, please don't forget to download the free checklist, which you can find linked below. And remember, your website is like a living organism. It grows and changes with your business. By checking back with this list, you can keep everything running smoothly and make sure your site remains top-notch. Meanwhile, if you're looking for the best experience possible, then look no further than SiteGround. We offer unparalleled speed and performance, top-notch security, and around-the-clock expert support. If you found this checklist video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on creating and maintaining your website. Catch you in the next video.